Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 152nd episode of Tones Takes, and real quick, I just wanted to ask you guys, do you guys remember this video that I did? It was like sometime back in late April. Here's a clip of it. I'm just going to play it real quietly in the background about Alec Manassian, the Toronto van attacker, who basically ran over and killed 9 people in Toronto. And it was found that he was part of this incel rebellion that he was trying to start. And I basically was like sounding the alarms that there are people out there called incels or involuntary celibates who just can't seem to get a woman, so they've decided that they want to take it out on women. It's almost like an anti-feminism type of movement. Well, move over, Manassian, because say hello to this guy. Now, this guy's name is Nathan Larson. And yeah, he looks like a clean, sharp, dressed guy. He's got the American flag in the background. But guess what? He is running against this woman, Representative Barbara Comstock, who is a Republican in the 10th District of Virginia. And though you really can't see it there, but it's basically a gerrymandered district, just like most districts here in the U.S., right outside of Washington, D.C. But basically, yeah, he's running for the hotly contested district seat, the 10th district of Virginia, and he looks, again, like a normal U.S. citizen until you rewind the clocks back and you look at some articles and you realize this is the same Nathan Larson who has a daughter who he does not have custody over. And why does he not have custody? Because basically he's his ex-wife, who was also a transgender man, committed suicide after getting a restraining order against him. And then when he tried to get custody of said daughter, he bowed out to the maternal grandparents of this child. And why? Well, he is a self-proclaimed pedophile. This article that I'm reading says he's an admitted pedophile and said that while he didn't think he would attempt to have sexual relations with his own daughter, he wasn't sure. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because according to this article and many other articles, he says he believes that pedophilia is a sexual orientation deserving of civil rights. He's admitted to raping his ex-wife, and also, he thinks that Adolf Hitler is a hero and did some good things. On top of that, he also wrote to the Secret Service. He sent a threatening letter. He threatened to kill either George Bush or Barack Obama. No one knows, but he threatened to kill one of these 2 U.S. presidents, which actually landed him in federal prison for 16 months. And guess what? Hey, he's also, did I mention that he was a white supremacist? Because he is, and he hails from Charlottesville, Virginia. So it's no surprise that he is crazy. But what surprises me is that he's actually able to run for a political seat. He's running for a seat in the House of Representatives. And this boggles my mind. And so I did a little bit of research. I had to, look into this. And I found out that it's all because of this lovely former Democrat, Terry McAuliffe, who decided, among all things, that he was going to issue an executive order back in 2016, basically restoring voting rights to convicted felons who've successfully completed their sentences. And I think that is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous because they're convicted felons. They did a crime. They went against the law, and we expect them to write our laws. Now, granted, there are laws that today are crazy. There are laws in our history of America that are crazy, that need to be rewritten. But we have sane people that can rewrite those laws. It scares me when we have Democrats, who it seems like mainly, and I looked up a lot of these states. They all have different laws. Like you've got Maine and New Hampshire that basically say no matter what crime you commit, you are still able to have access to voting. And I think, yes, having access to voting is still good, but I do not think you should be allowed to run for any sort of political position. And then you have places like Florida and Kentucky and Iowa who say, look, the moment you commit anything wrong, you cannot vote ever again. And then pretty much everything in between. And I believe there is something in between, but I don't think you should ever be allowed to run for any sort of political position. That just doesn't make sense to me. You're basically letting the inmates run the prison, literally. Literally. You won't even let NFL players kneel, yet you want to let these. So I just don't get it at all. I'm not sure why states allow this to happen, but I am completely against it. I mean, when you look at what this Nathan Larson guy has done, I mean, in an interview with Huffington Post, it was found out that he created these websites, suiped.org, suicidalpedophile.org, and sellopocalypse.today. He's been in chat rooms under different pseudonyms where he expresses his violent beliefs. Don't forget, feminism is the problem and rape is the solution is what he wrote in a 3,000 plus word essay, which is titled, Here's How to Psych Yourself Up to Feel Entitled to Rape. Other essays Larson has penned for the now defunct site Nathania.org include a man should be allowed to choke his wife to death as punishment for cutting her hair too short without permission, or other acts of gross insubordination, and advantages of father-daughter incest. This guy is crazy. This guy is crazy, and there are many other people out there that are also crazy, and we think, okay, they committed one crime and they're good, and yes, we can give them their voting rights back, we can allow them to run for positions. No, they should not be allowed to vote for anything, because now we're all talking about him. Now he has a platform. Now he's able to talk, and here's one of the things he said. He said, a lot of people are tired of political correctness and being constrained by it. People prefer when there's an outsider who doesn't have anything to lose and is willing to say what's on a lot of people's minds. And if that doesn't sound like some batshit crazy Donald Trump would say, I don't know what does. But I'm telling you, like, this is just, the idiots, the crazy people are coming out of the woodworks, y'all. And it is scaring me. So, to recap, do not vote for this man. And if you do vote for this man, somebody should probably find you and throw you in jail as well. I swear, if this guy gets one vote, they need to find whoever voted for him and throw this guy and the person that voted for him in jail. And any states that are thinking about, loosening up their voting laws or their laws that allow felons to run for some sort of political position, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't agree with it at all. New York, I believe, is looking at doing it. Don't do it. I know Democrats, you guys need more votes. So you're looking for immigrants and for convicted felons, just like you got the black vote back in the mid-1900s, even though you didn't like black people, but you wanted to get into power, so you figured out a way to schmooze up to us black people. When you did it, you were successful, but it's time for it to end. You can't do this. You cannot let people like this think that they have a shot at running things. It does not make sense. But let me know what you guys think. That's all I've got to say for today. Just crazy, man. Just crazy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.